Anonymous coach says Mark Pope would have to be a complete idiot not to win Kentucky title soon. What strange opinion was that? Here's what's new from Kentucky. The pressure and expectations on Mark Pope at the helm of Kentucky basketball are enormous, but they come with an almost unshakable confidence in his potential to take the program back to the top. That confidence was reinforced by an anonymous rival coach who, speaking to CBS Sports, flatly stated that Pope would have to be a complete idiot not to win a national title with the Wildcats soon. While the choice of words is provocative and perhaps even disrespectful, it reflects something many already suspected. Kentucky basketball has all the necessary ingredients: financial resources, recruited talent, and elite infrastructure to return to leading status on the national stage. The commentary is part of CBS Sports' Candid Coaches series, an anonymous poll that gathers opinions from nearly 100 college coaches on a variety of basketball-related topics. The specific question that prompted this answer was about which coach would be next to win his first NCAA tournament title. Mark Pope finished fourth in that poll, behind the likes of Kelvin Sampson, Houston, Matt Painter, Purdue, and Jon Scheyer, Duke. Despite not topping the list, its position in the rankings is a direct reflection of the high expectations surrounding the Kentucky program and Pope's ability to turn those expectations into concrete results. There's no denying that Kentucky is building one of the most expensive and talented rosters in college basketball this season, with rumors that the program invested around $20 million in the formation of this team, or even close to $200 million. According to a tongue-in-cheek statement from Pope, it's clear the Wildcats are willing to pay the price necessary to compete at the highest level. This type of investment, however, comes with a target on its back. When you have access to virtually unlimited resources and attract some of the best players in the country, your tolerance for failure is minimal. The phrase "win or go home" has never been more literal than in the case of Kentucky. The anonymous comments about Pope and the program reflect this reality. One coach even said, because Kentucky can do things no other university can do financially, he would have to be a complete idiot not to win a flag soon. This observation, while acidic, highlights the competitive advantage Kentucky has over other programs. But it also puts Pope under pressure. He is not only evaluated on his skills as a strategist or leader, but also on the return on investment that the program constantly makes. Despite Kentucky's strength, the national competition is fiercer than ever. The CBS Sports poll placed Houston's Kelvin Sampson as the favorite, 38% of the vote, followed by Purdue's Matt Painter, 26%, and Duke's Jon Scheyer, 16%. Each of these coaches has clear merits to be at the top of the predictions. Sampson, for example, is building a solid legacy in Houston with consistently competitive teams. Painter at Purdue is known for his ability to maximize available talent and keep his teams performing at a high level year after year. Scheyer at Duke inherited a prestigious program and has shown the ability to attract the best recruits in the country while developing his style of play. But even among these giants, Kentucky stands out for its history, infrastructure, and market potential. As CBS Sports' Matt Norlander pointed out, Pope may not have won an NCAA tournament game before arriving at Kentucky, but he now has enough fuel to turn that around. And indeed, the pieces are there to make things interesting. The Wildcats' current roster is young, athletic, and filled with talent that can make an immediate impact on the national stage. While the anonymous comment about Pope being a complete idiot may come across as unnecessary provocation, it also reflects a certain frustration among other coaches who don't have access to the same resources as Kentucky. For many programs, competing against the Wildcats' financial and logistical might is a nearly impossible battle. It's understandable that there may be envy or even resentment toward what Kentucky represents in college basketball, a model of sustainable success based on massive investment and a relentless recruiting machine. Speaking of Obinna Ekezie, an elite center from the class of 2027 who is set to visit Lexington at the end of the month. Ekezie's arrival on campus for the exhibition game against Purdue marks a pivotal moment in the Wildcats' future-building process, further cementing Kentucky's reputation as one of the most aggressive and efficient programs in recruiting young talent. Ekezie is an imposing physical force on the court. His combination of size, mobility, and technical ability makes him among the most sought-after prospects in the country. Ranked third overall in the 247 Sports Composite for the class of 2027, he represents exactly the type of athlete who can transform a competitive team into a national title contender. For Kentucky, welcoming a player of this caliber so early in the recruiting process is a clear sign that the program remains an attractive destination for future stars. Since taking over the Wildcats, Mark Pope has demonstrated a strategic and personalized approach to recruiting. He knows that keeping Kentucky at the top of college basketball isn't enough to simply attract high-level players. It's necessary to build genuine relationships and show prospects that they play a central role in the program's long-term vision. Pope's visit to Southeastern Prep in Orlando last month exemplified this approach. Now, bringing Ekezie to Lexington is the next step in that journey. The fact that Ekezie chose Kentucky as one of his first official destinations speaks volumes about the perception he and his family have of the program. Despite offers from giants like Alabama, Kansas, Houston, and Louisville, the center seems intrigued by the possibility of donning the blue and white uniform. For Pope, this is an opportunity not only to impress Ekezie with the top-notch facilities and vibrant atmosphere at Rupp Arena, but also to convey a clear message. Kentucky is a place where dreams come true. If Ekezie decides to commit to Kentucky in the future, he has the potential to be a cornerstone of the developing roster. His versatility as a modern center, capable of protecting the paint, dominating rebounds, and even shooting from mid-range, makes him a natural fit for the dynamic style of play Pope seeks to implement. Furthermore, his physical and mental presence can help anchor a team already built around young, talented athletes. In today's college basketball landscape, where competition for top prospects is fierce, securing a player like Ekezie is essential to keeping Kentucky ahead of the curve. With the 2026 class already beginning to take shape, the focus now turns to the 2027 class, and Ekezie is the first major target on the Wildcats' radar. His visit to campus not only strengthens Kentucky's recruiting position, but also sends a powerful message to other programs. The Wildcats are ready to fight for the best players, regardless of the competition. In addition to touring the facilities and speaking with the coaching staff, Ekezie's presence at the exhibition game against Purdue offers him a unique insight into the competitive environment Kentucky offers. Although it's only a scrimmage, the match promises to be a spectacle, with fans packing Rupp Arena to support the Wildcats. For a young player like Ekezie, experiencing this atmosphere could be a significant differentiator in the final decision about his future. Pope will certainly use this moment to highlight the program's legacy of success and the tireless passion of its fans. Showing Ekezie what it means to be part of the Kentucky family, both on and off the court, could be the final touch needed to convince him this is the right place for him. Although still early in the recruiting process, Obinna Ekezie's visit is a reminder that Kentucky remains one of the most influential programs in college basketball. With Mark Pope leading the way, the program is well-positioned to continue attracting the best talent in the country. And Pope is in it. Kentucky football suffered a significant blow to its future-building plans with recruit Tyreek Jemison's decision to withdraw his commitment to the program. A three-star offensive lineman and one of the most anticipated prospects in the 2026 class, Jimison had chosen the Wildcats in June, preferring them over traditional names like Georgia Tech, North Carolina, NC State, Ole Miss, and Missouri. However, on Wednesday night, he announced his decommitment to Kentucky. The move is not only a numerical loss for the 2026 recruiting season, but also a strategic one. Prior to Jimison's announcement, Kentucky had only 15 guaranteed commitments in that class, including only one other offensive lineman. In a sport where the battle in the trenches often determines a team's success or failure, the lack of depth at that position is a red flag that demands immediate attention from the coaching staff led by Mark Stoops. Reports indicate that Georgia Tech has been putting heavy pressure on Jimison, leveraging his connection to his home state of Georgia. While the young talent hasn't officially confirmed his next choice, geographic proximity and emotional appeal may have played a role in the decision. For Kentucky, this highlights the ongoing challenge of competing with programs that have deeper roots in specific markets, especially when it comes to high-potential recruits. Jimison's departure puts even more pressure on the team to attract defensive linemen in the coming months. With National Signing Day approaching, timing is becoming a critical factor. The coaching staff will need to intensify its efforts to identify and convince other prospects that Lexington is the right place to develop their careers. Furthermore, while traditional recruiting remains a priority, the transfer portal could emerge as a pragmatic solution to fill immediate gaps. However, relying solely on this route presents its own risks, such as a lack of longevity and integration within the program. Despite the setback, it's important to remember that recruiting is a dynamic process, full of ups and downs. Kentucky has repeatedly proven under Mark Stoops that it can adapt to adversity and find creative solutions to build competitive teams. While the loss of Jimison is undoubtedly a hard blow, it also serves as a reminder that the work is never done in the world of college football. Every door that closes is an opportunity to open another, and the program's recent history demonstrates that there's always room for positive surprises. Looking ahead, the focus must be clear, strengthening the offensive line not only for 2026, but beyond, investing in relationships with high school coaches, highlighting the developmental environment Kentucky offers, and increasing the program's visibility are crucial steps to prevent similar scenarios from occurring in the future. These have been difficult days in football, but we're moving forward. Share your thoughts.